Japanese dish. It's very yummy, it's delicious, and most importantly, it's easy. So everybody can do it. I will explain everything you need and all of the instructions you need to cook it. And it will be an awesome dish for you guys to have. It's healthy and it tastes absolutely delicious. So here we go, check out this video. So today, this is the ingredients that we will be using. I've lined everything up right here, and the main ingredients are gonna be the meat and the vegetables. And then there's another shirataki, it's called shirataki in Japanese, but it's yam noodles. So first, you wanna have some beef, a little bit of meat in it. And then I have my plate of vegetables. I have my potatoes, my onions, and carrot. And then I have the shirataki. I don't know if all of you guys know of this. It's yam noodle, but in Japanese we call it shirataki, and it's awesome. This thing is awesome. It's magic right here because it's 0 calories, so it's awesome for diet, and it has a lot of fiber, so it's very healthy for you, and it's a great diet way of, you could just eat this and you could lose weight, but it tastes good. So, I mean, this meal today is very healthy and it uses this, so it's an awesome meal plan for those of you who want to stay fit and healthy, so that's awesome. And then we have other things. I have some sugar ready here, a little bit of sugar. And this is called hondashi. That's another Japanese term. This is used in a lot of Japanese dishes. It's like the base flavor of a lot of things. You guys know like udon noodles. It's a Japanese noodle. The base flavor is from this, so I think this is really important to have. If you guys go to like a Japanese supermarket or something, it can be really good because you can find this and you will need it for a lot of the Japanese dishes that I will be introducing. It's awesome to have this flavor because it really deepens the flavor and it brings out all the flavors, and so it's a key ingredient. It's a little secret ingredient. And also this is sake, a little bit of Japanese sake, soy sauce, and then this is called mirin. And this is also a Japanese term. There's so many Japanese things out there. But it's a sweet cooking seasoning. So this is also really good to have in it. It's not a must-need ingredient, but I recommend using it, and they sell it over here in the States too. So it's really good to have. So those are the ingredients, and we can start cooking now. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys all the ingredients a little bit more up close. Here's the beef meat, the shirataki, the yam noodles, and that's the hondashi that gives the flavor. The vegetables, the potatoes, onion, carrot, some sugar, and then this is also the hondashi that I just took out of the packet. And this is the mirin on the right. The soy sauce is called shoyu in Japanese, and this one is the Japanese sake. So these are the ingredients that you need, and we're gonna start cooking now. Also, just a little tip. So I said sake earlier. This isn't exactly the sake that like you guys drink in the restaurants. This is the cooking sake. So it's a little bit cheaper, and this one is better to have for cooking. So just make sure that you're not having like the super expensive, amazing sake that they have at Japanese restaurants. And then this mirin that I told you about earlier also. This one is sweet cooking seasoning, so it makes it a lot sweeter, but if you don't have this, it's okay. If you just add a little bit more sugar, this is my sugar, but if you add some sugar, it will give it the sweeter taste, so that's okay too. This one, the mirin, is not a must-have item, so don't worry if you don't have it. Okay guys, so now I want to take these vegetables, and I still haven't washed them yet, so make sure you wash those vegetables before you eat them or you use them in the cooking, because you don't want the dirt on the potatoes. That's gonna taste gross. So I'm gonna go and wash these vegetables, and then after I'm gonna peel it with this. So I'm gonna cut it right here real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've washed my potatoes, and I started peeling it with this peeler. It's like just a regular skin peeler, so you guys probably have that. And put the skin off of the potatoes, but just one thing that I wanted to show you guys. So you see the difference between these two and this one. I just peeled it, and there's still these brown little circle dots. I don't know what you say in English, but in Japan, it's called little me. It's like where the kind of like the stem comes out of from the potato, or like when it grows. But anyway, if you eat that, it has something in it that will make your stomach hurt. So typically when we eat potatoes, you want to make sure to like take these out, and I just like digged in there a little bit with my knife right here. kitchen knife and I dug it out like that and made little holes. That's good. Just to clean up the potato and no tummy pains, so that would be great. So make sure you guys do that. Okay, so now I have peeled my vegetables and I took my skin off my onion, so I'm ready to cut them into pieces. And so I want to take my potato. I have this, got that kitchen stuff. I'm gonna cut it into half first, and then I will put these down, and they're a little bit bigger, so I want to make them into like smaller pieces. I'm gonna go another half, and then I'll do 3 cuts, so it's like that. So I'm gonna make my pieces like almost like this. Each potato is like this. So I want to do the same for the others. Boom, boom, got those potatoes. Same for the next one, half, and then half for this one. I want to cut these into thirds again. This one, same thing, and so on. And also, the smaller the potatoes are, the more flavor and the more flavor it'll get into it. Plus, it's easier to cook. It takes less time, so that's why I'm making it a little bit smaller, but the size doesn't really matter too much. It's not a huge thing that you guys have to follow, but this is how I'm gonna do it today. All right, last potato. Cut in half, and then make it to thirds. All right, potatoes are done. Okay, so I'm gonna move all these aside over here. That's a lot of potatoes. But again, this is like dinner for like a whole family almost, so it's really good, it's healthy. Boom. Okay, now I'm gonna do my onions. Onions, I am going to, again, cut in half, and I want to do it like the way that these lines are going down, so you want to follow that and you want to cut down on that. So you don't want to go like across the lines, you want to go down on the lines, cut in half. So now you have a halfy half, and then for these, you want to cut like this and go like in, so then you're getting, the shape is kind of like this. So when you peel it, it's like kind of like that. And so this is the way that you want to cut your onions. And do that, I want to cut it like that, same thing. And then keep going, so on, until you cut all of your onions. Okay, that.
I can feel the onions in my eyes. It's gonna make me cry. Okay, almost done. I want to cut it like that. And then this one's a little bit bigger, so I want to cut it a little more. Okay.
So the onions are done. Woo, it's really making me cry. Okay, I'm gonna move that aside. Oh, so I have my carrot now. Okay, carrot. This one you want to cut diagonally on it. Oh my gosh, I'm actually crying. Okay, so I'm cutting diagonally, and I'm gonna cut it to where it's like about this much, but diagonally. All right, so oh my gosh, the onions, because they made me cry, that means they're fresh. That's a good thing. So I have my carrot now, and I'm gonna cut that, and I want to make it into like pieces that are like about this big. It's like that big, and I'm gonna cut it across. Boom. And then when you do that, the next one you want to make sure the flat end comes up. So then when you cut it like this, it becomes like this again. And that one was a little big, but once you start doing that, you can kind of get a consistent amount of carrots. And the size is just really up to whatever you want. It's not a big deal, but I'm just making my carrots like this. And I guess that's how I was taught to do it. I don't really have like a really good reason for it, but here goes my carrots.
Okay, boom. Cutting my carrots, cutting my carrots. Okay, keep going, almost done. Carrots, carrots, carrots. Okay, and I don't want the end, so I want to cut off the end. That's okay. Okay.
Those are my carrots. All right, so now all the vegetables are cut. And I'm gonna move that aside here. And we're gonna mix all these, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to really place it neatly, it's okay. And next, I will take my meat, and I wanna cut this up a little bit too because my meat's a little bit big also. So make it like that. And then the meat also, I mean, depends on what size you wanna eat it. So it's not a big deal, but I'm going to cut it into half, and then maybe another half on this side. So the meat is about this big, but I have like a good flavorful piece. So I'm gonna do that. And like I said, the size isn't a huge deal, so it's really up to you guys. Don't worry too much about it, and I will keep cutting my meats. Okay guys, so I have cut up my meats. I have my vegetables all cut up, so next we want to go over to the stove and we want to cook these vegetables. So come with me over here. Okay guys, so I have my vegetables and I want to start cooking here. First I want to just a little bit, add a little bit of oil. Before that I should turn my stove on. And I will keep it on medium to high heat. And I just want to add a little bit of oil, like just to get like a little bit of heat into the vegetables. So just a little bit of oil is good. And then I want to just dump everything in there. I'm going to spread the oil a little bit. And you can put everything in there. So we're going to cook all of this, throw it in, boom! And then after that, we are going to add some water. I have some water right here, and it's 2 cups of water. But first, I just want to get a little bit of heat into the vegetables, just because it tastes better that way. So this is just a little thing that you don't have to do to make it necessarily, but I recommend doing it. I will do this a little bit, and after the vegetables have like heat and like the oil is mixed in, I will add the water after. Okay, so I am putting the heat into the vegetables a little bit, and once you see like the oil is all around the vegetables and it has a little bit of heat, I'm going to add my 2 cups of water into here, and basically I'm just going to boil it down so the vegetables can get softer, potatoes can get softer, and so I'm going to just pour that in. As you can see here, I put the heat, a little bit of heat into the vegetables with the oil, and then I added my water, so it looks like this. And then while I'm doing this, I'm gonna go over to my kitchen again and work on the shirataki, and all of the ingredients are gonna mix in there. And the total is gonna be about 20 minutes cooking time. So while this is running a little bit, I'm gonna run over there and work on the next thing. Alright, so I wanna take my shirataki, the yam noodles, and I'm going to cut it and open it up, and what I want to do is I'm going to put that into this little thing so the water drains out. And also, one thing about this yam noodle is that it stinks. It smells. So what we're going to do is, to get rid of the smell, you want to just put, ooh, that's a lot of salt. That was maybe a little bit more than I needed, but you want to put the salt on it, and basically what you want to do is you want to rub it in and use your hand to really get into it and massage it, I guess. Massage the salt into it so it gets rid of the smell. And once you do that, it will be a lot better. So just bear with me. The taste is great once it's cooked. It's 0 calories, it's healthy, it has a lot of fiber, so please try it out. After I massage it, add the salt, I want to take my water and then I'm going to rinse it. So once I do that, I can rinse out all the salt and the smell is going to be gone. So I want to take the water and then massage it and rinse it out. Alright, so now that my shirataki is washed, I want to put that onto here, and it's still long. So what you want to do is you want to just make sure you cut it a little bit, because you see like how it's all connected. So I'm going to cut it into like 4ths. So I'm going to put it there, there, and there. So it's into 4, it's shorter, and I have my meat here, so now I'm gonna mix this into the vegetables that I have over there. Okay, so guys, I have my shirataki and I brought over my meat, and I wanna add these into this. While I was getting my shirataki ready, I had this heat going, so the potatoes are softer now, and so I want to put all this in. I'm gonna put that in. The shirataki is going in. Get all of that in there. All right, that's in there. And then once that's in, I'm going to put my meat also in there. So I'm going to just dump that in there as well. So now I have my meats, my vegetables, and the shirataki in. And so now I want to do the seasoning. So I want to get my sugar, my soy sauce, the sake, and the mirin. And I want to have a tablespoon. And it's gonna be 4 tablespoons of each thing. I wanna make sure that I put the sake first, the mirin, the sugar, and then the soy sauce. So it's just the order that, I mean, it makes it good. So it's just the rule that you should do. I have my tablespoon, and it's gonna be 4 tablespoons of each thing. So I'm just gonna, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my sake. I'm gonna take my mirin, And if you don't have it, like I said, it's just adding a little bit more sugar, so don't worry about that. But it's good if you have it, so I'm gonna do 4 tablespoons of this too. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's done. And then now I have my sugar. This is also 4 tablespoons, but I already measured that, so I'm just gonna put that in there. I'm gonna throw it in there. And then last but not least, I have my soy sauce. So another 4 tablespoons of this. There's my first one, second one, third one, and my 4th. Okay, so once that is in there, I want to make sure it's all inside so like it gets the heat in. Make sure it's like mixed a little bit so that the seasoning isn't in just one place. But I did spread it out when I was pouring it, like you might have saw. But I was spreading it out a little bit, so that's done. The heat is going, it's boiling. And then I want to make sure the dashi. Now I want to pour it in there because the soy sauce, the sake, mirin is in there. So I want to pour this in there. This is a really key ingredient, so you want to put the dashi in there. It gives out like really good flavors. It gives it depth, so it's very good. And a lot of Japanese dishes use this. So I'm going to put 2 packets in here. And there it is. I want to give it a little bit more mix. I'm going to make sure that it's in there and every little part of the meat and the vegetables get it. The shiritakes get it also. So there, that's done. Boom! Alright, now I'm gonna put my lid on it. Here's my lid. I'm gonna put my lid on it and then I wanna get my timer going for about 20 minutes and then we'll check back. Okay, so it looks good already. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my timer is going for about 20 minutes and then I will check back with it and let you know what it's like. I'm excited. Okay guys, so now it's been about 20 minutes. And so I want to check on my food. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, so I want to put that down. It's hot. Okay. And I want to take my chopsticks and I want to poke into my potatoes. Yeah. It goes in nice and smoothly. So that means the potatoes are done. That means everything is done. So this is what it looks like. It looks amazing. Also, one more thing, just before you eat, for about 10 minutes, if you just let it simmer, the flavor will go into like the meat and like the vegetables a little more if you want, so that could be good. But I mean, you can still eat it like right now and it'll be amazing. So I can't wait to eat this. That was my video today for making the easy Japanese dish. It's called Nikujaga. It's simmered potatoes and meat and vegetables. So I hope you guys liked my video, and I will be making more videos of really easy dishes that you can make that are Japanese because I'm Japanese. So if you just keep checking my channel out, I'll post more videos and let's all eat some Japanese healthy foods together. I hope you enjoyed my video and I will see you guys soon. P.S. I know some of you guys are watching me and asking what this is, probably like, what is that? I didn't get a shot or anything, it's not a band-aid. I'm a professional tennis player, Japanese professional tennis player. Woo! My shoulder was sore and I am currently an ambassador for a brand called Fighten, and they have these little patches that have titanium in them, so it makes my circulation better and it helps me to recover, so I put that on my shoulder. So don't worry, it's nothing weird, but just a little info there for those of you who thought I had something weird on my shoulder. It's a little fighting patch. See you guys soon!